Ash, training again? You're taking this whole night thing pretty seriously.
And I apologize for the clacking that you're gonna hear in the background. That's gonna be my keyboard.
It's just my daily training. Maybe you could stand to be a little more eager yourself? If I want to be a great knight, I've got no choice but to put the effort in.
No choice? I think you're making life too difficult. Knights don't have to be perfect. All I'm saying is, I've seen some pretty sloppy knights out there.
That's not going to be me. I'm going to be a proud knight, virtuous and gallant.
Virtuous and gallant? Are you kidding me? If you just ride around being virtuous, people will get fed up. They'll boot you out of town.
It's never wrong to have virtue, not even if it means being made an outcast.
Interesting idea. You think very highly of this whole virtue thing. Say, have there been any knights who became great just by thinking highly of themselves? Think on this. Knights are supposed to protect people and earn their admiration. Isn't that right?
Well, yes. So what are you saying I should do?
Seize people's hearts!
What do you mean?
You want people to love you? Offer them something they haven't got. Guess what that is? It's you, Ash. They don't have you. Get out there, buddy. Be valiant. Help people. Here, I'll show you how it works.
Sylvain, don't go bothering people.
Hey there, cutie. You seem to have lots of bags there. They must be heavy. My name's Sylvain. Let me help you out. Are these going in the warehouse?
Helping out those in need, I guess that's a good start.
No thanks necessary. It's been enough just to be able to talk to you. Well, if you insist. How about we go get some tea? It must be fate that we met like this. I'd like to get to know you.
Great night, huh? More like a great philanderer. Seems like all he wants to do is flirt with women. No, I can't allow this. I have to stop him.
Ash and Sylvain. Alright, we are actually going to pair Ash up with Happy. I just haven't gotten around to raising their supports yet because I'm probably gonna do it through Adjutant training as soon as I have access to Adjutants, actually.
Oh no, this isn't right. Now what am I supposed to do?
What's the matter, Mercedes?
I accidentally made this food much sweeter than I wanted.
Let me taste it. Yeah, a little sweet. What if we try adding a few spices?
Huh? This is delicious! You're an amazing cook, Ash!
My dad used to own a restaurant. I helped out a lot around the kitchen, even as a little kid.
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility to take on at an early age. No wonder you always work so hard. I might learn something if I watch you cook.
Well, no promises. I just have a little bit of experience, that's all. But look at you, you're great at baking cakes.
It's true that I'm quite good at baking, but I'm not the best when it comes to seasoning. Maybe it's because I don't like spicy food? It's tough to make food taste good when you don't enjoy it. I just had an idea. If the reason I can't cook spicy food is because I don't like it, then all I have to do is eat some spicy food. If I learn to like it, then I'll be better at making it, right?
I don't know, maybe. What makes you say that?
No, no, no. None of that matters. Once I've made a decision, I have to go with it. I'll make something spicy right away.
Oh no.
Oh, this won't end well.
Yeah, this can only end in tears.
If I leave her to it, she'll make an even bigger mess.
Hey Ash, which seasonings should I use? These ones?
Hold on, Mercedes. Let me show you.
I imagine...
That one goes best with meat, but for stir fry, what you really want is this.
I imagine Mercedes just dumping like a whole ghost pepper or something into a cake. She absolutely would. Alright, one last support for Ash, and then we're moving on with the monastery.
Oh, Ash, are you here to study too?
I am. It's quiet here. Easier to concentrate.
It really is. Hey, would you like to study together? We can help each other out if we get stuck.
Oh, yes. We'll get a lot more done working together.
What's the matter, Ash?
This question's got me stumped. A ballista inside a castle is ready to fire at enemies outside. What angle should be used for the shot? Assume the ballista is the same as those in Garreg Mach. Ignore the effects of wind. This is for defensive strategy, isn't it? Why is it so complicated? Don't you just aim and fire?
I think ignoring the wind might be a bad choice.
It may help to focus on maximizing target accuracy to reduce your miss rate. To start, let's sort out the setup. Let's see. Using these ballista specifications, if the ballistic whirls follow this trajectory, they'll hit the enemy lines, right?
Oh, that makes sense, because the enemy line will be here.
That's it! Okay, now try using that same technique and applying it to this other problem.
If the walls are this high, and the enemy lines are at that distance... Oh, I think I see!
I knew you'd get it.
Wow, I didn't expect math of all things to be useful in a siege. This is tough. Numbers are not my strong suit. But this really is the sort of thing you have to know if you want to command troops.
That's true, but not everyone is good with numbers. That's why we have tacticians do these calculations for us, or prepare them before we go to battle. A century ago, the Empire's mathematicians played a huge role in the Battle of the Wall of Fodlan.
I had no idea. Hey, you really know what you're doing, Annette.
You think so?
Of course she does.
Definitely. You've obviously done a lot of studying. I really admire that.
I suppose I have. Studying is a necessity if you want the advantage over your enemies. But necessity aside, it's nice to hear you say that.
May I remind you that last time we streamed yesterday, Annette was actually our MVP in Chapter 2. Annette is not playing around.
Okay.
She is super cheerful and happy-go-lucky, and she can also wreck you.
I've heard whispers about Lord Lonato. They say he's a very kind and gentle lord. Why would such a kind man suddenly raise an army? Oh, Professor, you were working late last night, weren't you? You shouldn't overdo it. A ghost might rise up from the well to get you if you stay up too late. Or so I'm told.
Yeah, Annette is just like, I want maximum target accuracy. I don't want anyone getting out of this battlefield alive.
I have a favor to ask of you.
Okay, so now we play Garreg Mach Counselor. Yay. I'm probably also gonna have to look up the answers for that one, because while I do know most of them, there are some characters that I'm not very familiar with.
We're going on a mission with the Knights, right? I wonder if... Oh, sorry, it's nothing. I was just wondering if someone I've been searching for might be among them.
Not yet. Wait another 2 chapters.
Thank you. I'm definitely gonna find him one of these days.
We are going to get there, and since this is the Blue Lion's route, we're actually going to be able to recruit him eventually. Yep, give me that sweet, sweet Professor XP. Thank you very much. Oh, Dorothea.
Professor, are you going to fight alongside the Knights of Seros? Let me know if you meet anyone I might be interested in, okay?
Wow. Yeah, goodbye, Dorothea.
Why does His Highness take the side of the people of Dusker? I just don't understand it. Only 4 years ago, they murdered our king and slaughtered the soldiers and knights who were with him, all of whom were innocent. Even if he can forgive them, I can't. Not ever. What they've done is against all codes of honor and ethics.
Yeah, so Ingrid is a bit racist against Dusker because everybody in universe assumes that they killed the king of Fargus, and one of the people who died in that attack was Ingrid's fiance, aka Felix's brother, and she just holds a massive grudge, and her entire support with the Do is about slowly starting to overcome that racism. It's by no means perfect, but it is there. And yeah. This is one of those things, like, you can love Ingrid as much as you want, but you have to acknowledge she's a bit racist.
The monastery grounds are far too spread out. Feels like it takes hours to get from one area to another. And no, that's not because I'm getting lost. I'm a fully capable, mature person who never gets lost.
Lysithia, you should bring a map. And I'm sure if you ate your vegetables, you would also grow a bit more, so you wouldn't have to take as many steps. Just saying.
Yeah.
You there.
Arcane crystals? Arcane crystals are always good. They let me forge Levin swords. Oh, Ash.
Please, Professor, there must be some mistake. Lenato would never raise arms against the church. At least, he never said anything to me about it.
Poor Ash. He is going through the ringer in this chapter. Okay, let's save here so I can make sure that if I fuck up these questions, I can try again. These questions are kind of random and they are based on, like, I think in the before the time skip you can get questions from anyone, and after the time skip only from the people in your class, obviously. Let's see. I told you I was searching for someone who might like to share a cup of tea with an elegant noble whose name would come to mind. Definitely not Raphael. Dorothea, but I don't think that's who you want. Ferdinand.
Thank you so much for your help.
There we go. Increased support with Lawrence, which is good because Lawrence is going to be a bitch to recruit, so the more support I can have with him, the better. More than capable of protecting myself from ruffians, but those around me tend to worry, and so I'm often denied the pleasure of a private stroll. I think she actually wants this answer. You're too important, so I'm afraid it can't be helped. She doesn't want a solution, she just wants somebody to commiserate. Yeah, there we go. It's my turn to clean, but I'm feeling under the weather. Even writing this notice is a strain. I need someone else to do the cleaning for me. Who should I ask? Lawrence would do it, per his support with Hilda, if only so that she can sing his praises to Holst. Setef would definitely not, but Mercedes is always helpful, so boom. Yeah, what a nerd. I have been playing this game for so long. I think I have like at least 24 playthroughs in this game. So yeah, I know a lot of this stuff front and back by heart. Like, just not a problem.
Lord Lenato. He used to stay at the monastery rather frequently. He was such a pious man, a true believer. Such a terrible shame. I wonder what changed him.
Yeah, we'll find out what changed him.
I have a thought. Past here is the holy mausoleum where the saints of the Church of Serra slumber. Sorry, but only a select few members of the church are allowed entry. It's open to the public on only one day of the year for the goddess's rite of rebirth.
Oh wow, I just noticed my bot actually finally worked. It just worked late. Awesome. Okay. This, what he actually mentioned, the Holy Mausoleum, that's gonna become relevant in the next chapter. And also, if you pay attention to where these people are and you have trouble with the lost items will always appear in the spot where the character was the last time. So next month, we are going to have a lost item for Alois in this spot, because he was here the month before. So sometimes that can help finding the owner of a lost item, if you're not entirely sure. Nothing for the saint statues yet. I can't wait to upgrade these. Let's move on. Wait, whose items do I have actually? I said Dimitri, Raphael, and Casper. Okay. So I don't think I've talked to either of them yet. here. Nothing of interest. No items. Nope. Let's move on.
Hello.
Transcription is a labor of love. Oh, I bet it is in the time of like before screen readers and quick typing. It doesn't. It's a little weird because we never find out exactly how books are written in this universe. It's probably not by hand because in some of the supports people are really callous with how they treat books and other written materials. And if everything was handwritten, that just would not happen. You would not be able to simply loan out a book from a library and not give it back for 4 weeks. So clearly they are not super rare. Clearly there must be some kind of printing press going on, but how much exactly? Who knows?
Catherine has invited me to train with her. How much do you think I should train before I'm ready to train with someone that strong?
I don't think you're ever gonna be ready, so just go for it.
It is a noble's duty to protect the common folk, not to endanger them by rallying armies in such a feckless and improper manner. Abuse of that kind is no better than slavery. A proper noble must guard the people from such a fate, wouldn't you say?
I would personally say we don't know all the details yet, but since like I said, he's going to be a bitch to recruit, and I want to recruit him, we're going with the answer that he actually wants to hear.
Precisely why true nobility is well respected.
Look.
Professor?
Nothing here yet, and we can't go down there yet either. Okay. So this quest right here will always be from your house leader, no matter who that is. It's always the same quest. Go and find out about Abyss. And you know, you get this in chapter 3, when you can already go to Abyss in chapter 2. Like, I've already been there. I could tell you everything, but no, I have to talk to Anna first.
Doubtless, there are times when one must take up their blade, even if there's no chance of winning. But this, it's downright senseless. Lord Lonato knows better. If he had enough allies to back his rebellion, it would be a different matter. My apologies. I was just thinking aloud. This whole situation is a bit too strange for my liking.
You are on the right track.
Even with the necessary preparations in place, there is always a chance that something unexpected will occur. Please be ready for anything, Professor.
He is not wrong. It's not just Lonato.
Will you do me a favor?
His Highness is strong, but on the front lines, anything can happen. Losing him would be devastating for Fargus. I hope the Church understands that.
It really would be, because Dimitri is the heir to the throne and Fargus is currently in a shitty situation, so everybody is kind of relying on Dimitri to come in and clean it up. Sorry. Also, I forgot to give him his item.
Even with... Oh, thank you. I have been looking for this. But how did you know it was mine?
It literally said it looks like something Dimitri might own. So, yeah, that was a dead giveaway. And also, regarding Dimitri and Abyss, there is... Yeah, I don't trust the Western Church, me neither. Regarding Dimitri and Abyss, when you play the DLC, there's a line where Dimitri looks at Abyss and goes... and says something along the lines of, the fact that all these people who are unwanted by society have found refuge here, it's kind of nice that this community exists. And believe it or not, there are some people in the fandom who take this to mean Dimitri thinks that all the socially unwanted people belong in a cave. Which is like... that sure is a way to read that sentence. It's more like, hey, I'm glad these people have at least somewhere to go and have some kind of community, so that's good. Yeah, there's some wild takes in this fandom. My god. Alright. There's one more item. Hand-drawn map. A practical map of the forest made by Gerald. It probably belongs to someone who has known Captain Gerald for a long time. I wonder who would be interested in Captain Gerald. I think her name begins with Leo and ends with Knee. So yeah, these descriptions are hardly ever subtle. There's like 2 or 3 items that don't make sense or that are not immediately identifiable, but most of them are very easy to see.
Oh, hello, Professor. Was there something you needed? Oh, you like horses? I like them too. They're such kind creatures.
I do love these fluffy horses, like Fotland. Oh, hi. I'm a horse now. Whoop. I do love the Fotland horses. They're so fluffy. Look how much fur they have. That's a lot of fur. Like, do they have to be shorn every summer so they don't overheat? I kind of wonder.
What? Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Have you talked with Catherine yet? If the knights are the cream of the crop, she's the cream of the cream. Oh, and that relic of hers. I hear it's nothing short of amazing.
Her sword is kind of good because it has an innate brave effect, which means it attacks twice. So, regardless of whether you're actually capable of attacking twice, so that's good. Oh no, wait. Was it attacking twice or attacking first before the enemy?
What?
I would have to look it up. As swords go, it's pretty good. I just don't use swords much in the end of the game.
I hear that Lord Lonato served the King of Fargus' older brother when he was younger. Or something like that. He already had status and prestige, so why raise a rebellion? I guess it's none of my business.
Yeah, not your circus, not your monkeys. You best stay out of it. Okay, now we can actually recruit Anna.
What?
Just need to go over here.
Professor!
Since we're heading to Castle Gaspar, that means we'll be passing through Magdrid Way. The road is well known for its beautiful surroundings. Depending on the time of year, it can be incredibly foggy, though. When it's like that, you can't enjoy the lovely scenery. Lucky for us, it shouldn't be too foggy while we're there. Not that we'll have time for sightseeing, anyway.
So, Malgadian, what you're saying is there's hairstyling gel for horses in this universe?
Oh, no.
I could see it happening. Oh, also this. The town is so busy this month. We will actually get a number of dialogue lines that will talk about how there have been a lot more people in Garrick Mark lately, and this will actually become relevant in around chapter 11-12.
Hi there!
We can't actually access the battalion guild yet because we haven't talked to Yaritza. But anyway, let's recruit Anna and let's get that quest done.
Abyss? You're interested in that place, are you? Ancient sprawling remains deep below Garrick Mach. That's Abyss. Some folks have made their home there. Obviously, they all have their reasons and tales to tell. But only the most enterprising merchant would venture near it. My advice, avoid going there yourself.
Too late, I've already recruited 4 people from down there.
Hey, Professor. Fancy meeting you here. I've got a business, I've got something I want to chat with you about. I know you're busy with a lot of things, but I was wondering if I might be able to join you. Heck, I won't even charge you for my aid. What say you? It's a killer deal.
Yep, let's go.
Thank you. Now I'll have plenty of time to get to know my clients better. A merchant needs to know the inner workings of everyone they come in contact with. Helps with the making of the monies, you know.
Anna is going to work with us. Yay! Unfortunately, she's one of the worst characters in the entire game. Like, to give you an idea... Actually, let's go to goals. Yeah, we're gonna need to go here anyway. We're going to change this to lance and flying, because no matter how bad you are, you can still be great as a Falcon Knight. Anna has no supports with anybody, not even Byleth, which means she does not get any support bonuses in battle. Her stat growths are kind of meh. She has good res, which is great. She learns some amazing spells, including Meteor, but... She learns Meteor, but she has a weakness in Reason, so it's going to take her ages to get there. her magic growth is not that great either. She has a weakness in authority. She has a good speed growth, but again, a weakness in reason, so what might seem like the most obvious masterclass for her, Mortal Savant, is not going to be easily accessible for her, and even if you get her there, she's going to get a -10 speed penalty. You might think, oh, I can make her a trickster with sword and faith, and I think that's actually what the canon is supposed to pretend she's going to be. And I guess it's kind of decent, but her faith spell list is not as great as her reason spell list. It's like she has like so few things actually going for her, and her entire stat growths and skill growths are just weird. She has a strength in riding, but what's she gonna do with riding? It's not like she has anything to be super proficient in. I guess you could put her into Bow Knight if you want, but Bow Knight has shitty growths. So, she's just not a very usable character. And she comes with a paralogue that can only be accessed in Azure Moon, Verdant Wind, and Crimson Flower. You cannot get this paralogue in Silver Snow, because for some reason they insisted on bundling her with Yaritza, even though her paralogue is perfectly doable without Yaritza. And obviously, if you're in Silver Snow, you're not gonna have access to Yaritza. So it's like, why? We didn't need him in Azure Moon and Verdant Wind either. Why do we have to need him in Silver Snow? It's ridiculous. And it's sad because her paralogue, you will be rich when you're done with it. It's a bit of a shitty paralogue, but when you're done with it, you're gonna get so many large bouillons and shit that you can sell. You're going to be rich.